Good morning, evening, or afternoon to all of you beautiful people. Josh here, back to bring you some sweet voice-based content. So, things are a little negative at the moment, suffice to say. Between the Bayonetta incident, UK politics, and whatever this twat is doing to Twitter, I feel like we need some positivity to counteract this. And what better way to do so than to chat about voice acting, specifically the wonderful folks within this lovely community. So let's waste no more time and let's jump into the positivity. Let's go! So as a fan of things on the internet, I am, unfortunately, a part of many communities, to some degree or another. And, well, there's a lot of negativity in these communities. You can't be a fan of anime unless you've watched all 800 of these shows, the book was way better than the movie, and everyone's favourite song is the worst thing in the world because some twat decided to put it somewhere on the internet. Hell, I'm a wrestling fan, and as a wise man once said, nobody hates wrestling more than wrestling fans. But the one place I never got this kind of vibe is the voice acting community. Legitimately, since I started back in late 2020, I've been consistently surprised by the welcoming nature of voice actors both big and small. So many voice actors have been on hand to offer advice, just chat, and even recommend people for projects that it's such a wonderful feeling to see so much goodwill in a community like ours. Now, I'm not going to stand here and pretend that the VA community is perfect. It would be quite frankly naive of me to ignore the problems like pay, lack of diversity, and an influx of celebrity voice actors who are hired for their name more than their talent. Not naming any names. But these are problems that the community at large is trying to phase out, and I'm really glad to see that kind of fight back against these negative traits. I'm never going to pretend that I know all the ins and outs of every single part of the community, and I'm pretty sure people can very easily highlight problems within the community and let me know down in the comments and tell me how awful my opinion is for thinking that our community is great. But just purely speaking from my experience, I've met a lot of great voice actors online, and nearly every single one of them has been kind, welcoming, and just straight up bloody lovely. And this is something I actually learned very, very early on in my voice acting life, thanks to Shakira Dunn. Go follow her everywhere if you haven't, she's great. So a little bit of context to start this off. About a year and a half ago, I was starting to feel really, really downtrodden and really, really like I've hit a major slump as a voice actor. And somehow I managed to push through my anxiety and drop Shakira a message. She absolutely had no obligation whatsoever to respond to me, but she did within a couple of hours, and she gave me some really great advice, and generally was just a really genuinely lovely person. She was great to talk to, had some really, really great perspectives to give, and I can't thank her enough for just responding to my messages. I really appreciate it. Unlike other people who I've tried to message who have a big following in other areas, she never made me feel like a burden. And Shakira, if you're watching, thank you again for being so welcoming. But it's not just her who's been so lovely in the community. I've spoken at length how much I admire Sammy Chem because they do such amazing work, but are always willing to offer advice and just have a chat. Chris Woodworth always takes the time out to make great videos giving voice actors awesome advice. He's also a fellow Brit, so I feel like I have an instant connection with him. Honestly, I just really love the positivity that people like Chris, Sammy, Shakira, and so many others radiate in the community, and I want to do the same. It's a little daunting jumping into voice acting, and I want to be able to be there as a beacon of hope and positivity for those who are just starting out. Because part of the reason why I continue voice acting to this day is because the community is so wonderfully positive, and I can't thank everybody enough for being so great. And there we go! So that is it. That is why I think the VA community is one of the most wonderful on this here nonsense sphere that we inhabit. Before I go, I just want to give a quick shout out to some more lovely people on this platform. Namely, Renara Hawk, Grim, Jay over at Bus Arrow Studios, Explicit Censor, Petite Galaxy, Calypso, and of course, the boys, Flaptap and Tuxic. Y'all are bloody magical, and I don't think this whole voice acting thing would be as fun or as positive without you guys just being fucking great. So if you enjoyed this lovely, wonderful, positive video, then do leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more beautiful voice-based content. Keep your eyes out for my next video. I do upload every 2 weeks, but until then, thank you so much for watching, stay positive, stay lovely, and above all else, I hope you all stay wonderful.